We have hit the halfway mark on the day, and not on the day, on the total tournament. Game number 9 starting now, and well, I mean, as you guys could see after that last game, the leaderboards are pretty interesting, powerful, of course. Off of 2 very, very good games today, have shot their way up in the lead, almost a 30-point deficit down towards the guys in YMCA sitting in second, and then things are getting pretty damn close with 3 teams tied. It's 67 points, but we're back in it. 2 more games left to be played today, and of course I'm Toby, joined by Imperium. And well, what do we see here, Imperium? Anything interesting so far?
Well, the playing trajectory did go from kind of from west to southeast. So, of course, as normal, we've seen a few teams drop towards military base. Of course, will we see an island circle once again? Will it shift up towards the west or the east? I'm going to predict a deep east circle.
Okay, I like that one. That could be interesting. Force everyone to make those tricky rotations, but it's military.
Is it going to be another military base?
Could be indeed. That could be very interesting to see.
What's tricky is that it's still, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, it could still be a mainland finish.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it can easily go up there.
So that does put the predicament on the teams of, okay, do we choose military base or do we choose mainland? If we choose mainland and it's a military base finish, have we put ourselves in a position where we are going in too late? It's very tricky. I do have a decent bit of sympathy for these teams.
And I feel like that's where it becomes hard with the military circles, because you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. No. But at the same time, it's hard not to fully commit to military, because if you go early and it goes there, it's amazing. If you go there and it goes back, it can be extremely difficult. Just like we see this guy carrying a baby with one hand. That's a very hard thing to carry. But that's like that's every time I play PUBG, you know, the average age for a PUBG player is low. So that's me. That's just me. I'm like the old guy carrying all the babies.
Wow.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I've yet to actually see your PUBG skills in action, so you know. Let's see. But either way, yeah, you are dead right now. Again, this would be, I would kind of have no problem with the team having, again, maybe I'm wrong, a team having a 2-2 split where 2 players are in the military island and 2 teams are on the mainland. I don't disagree.
You can do that if you're a team that is already, for example, now if you're Simply down here, SS, if you're them, then you can send 2 guys over towards Novo or something like that. It's just, it's so damn risky. Because you can only do it if you have the info on both sides, but if you have to split off 2 people early without knowing what you're going into, and they get taken down early, well, rip, that's going to be a lot of your fighting power out, and then you can't really split anymore when you're just 2 guys up and alive.
Well, eXtatus, as far as I know, they're heading towards a military base, so they're going to take the chance, they're going to take the risk. Now, the good thing for YMCA, once again, is that landing in Primorsk means that if they do have to go into military island, they do have somewhat an easier access compared to other teams.
Oh yeah, for sure. It should be way more doable for them to make early rotations as opposed to other teams trying to make their way down there. And it's actually kind of interesting, keeping in mind that I mean, at least this time around, Powerful jumped back up to their spot we've seen them go before, but in the Saki-ish terrain, and that could arguably, I mean, be the part of the island that is the furthest away from military. But speaking of eXtatus and their hunger for kills early game, Stratus, well, he got caught in a similar situation last time around. He did manage to survive that one, but this time, I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that.
Again, I'm that scout. MJ-Esports, they love to do it. However, in saying that, from a leaderboard point of view, it has paid off for them overall, so you know what, I'm not going to argue, but can he just stay where he is? Can he wait for the rest of his team? Mini has actually been knocked down by double, so as they try to go in to help the rest of his team, they do feel the effects of eXtatus as a 4-man team.
Where is Stratus in all of this? I mean, Mini came up to help, and now Stratus is just hiding it out with no means of trying to assist his teammate. They just came to help him. Is he just going to hide it and let him die? I
think he is. Now, maybe that was miscommunication and Mini didn't inform him, Stratus, that he was helping, or maybe there was just that misdecision coming out. It is interesting, but that definitely could have been avoided, right?
Oh yeah, that was that was one of those type moments where, I mean, sure, he comes around the corner, tries to help, but goes down immediately. That's not what you want to have happen. But the fact that Stratus did nothing to help. I mean, and again, 1v4, it's difficult, but if he does manage to catch him out in the road and he can get down 2 guys rather quickly, all of a sudden it's a 1v2, and of course it's not easy, but difficult and impossible is not necessarily the same thing.
Look at this, like, simply simple. Stop at the start of the bridge. Peek out.
Why not? Play it safe, play it smart, yep.
But look at
Milky Way, they're waiting for it. They have got it lined up over here.
Who are they going to focus on? Are they going to focus on the 1 car, the 2nd car? They will hear.
They're just going to start shooting like crazy people. 3, 2, 1. 1 and not 2. Almost got all of them, but seems to me like one player does manage to get through.
Zian is holding his. He's just holding it all down. His toes were his fingers were crossed. His toes were crossed, and he just made it through, and he did. At least that's one member of Simply Simple kept going.
Yeah, I mean,
that's taken down.
Not the type of game you want to have. Of course, it's unfortunate to have things going their way. Well, eXtatus, they didn't find Stratus, they did find Minute, but they'll be at least he'll be all right for now. And now all of a sudden, Ojala is going to be the one getting spotted out. He's just going to drive away. I mean, eXtatus, they're just chasing these kills at this point. And he can just go back to Stratus and be like, oh, you know what? I have a teammate over here already. Might as well just go sit with him, but not even going to happen.
Doing that, actually. He's actually going to go over the hill, which I think in this situation isn't the worst thing in the world, because Stratus was actually taking shots towards eXtatus. So, I actually think that was a wise job done by Ojala. However, the 3rd member of MJ-Esports, Juno, is just kind of hiding.
Where?
Yeah, they're very split up.
What?
Yeah, they were individually.
Did Juno forget to jump out of the plane when his teammates went down to the military island, or?
I don't know.
Huh, that's interesting. And once again, an MJ player hiding it out. That's, I guess. Yeah. I mean, we can't really take anything away from them because they have 2 wins today already, but they are.
I know.
They're playing it a little different to what I've been used to see.
Yeah, that's why when I kind of first started talking about the kind of, the scout strategy thing, I was like, no, look, they're doing well in the leaderboard. I can't really say anything negative about it, but like you have just said, it's interesting and it's different that they did all end up being split up against each other. They are still a 3-man team though, in saying that. So if they can join forces later, well, actually no, they're now 2-man team because YMCA Ojala.
Ojala gets spotted and he goes down.
Oh my.
Tough start to the game for them, and same thing here for PKD. I mean, they have a potential of making their way down towards the water, but 4Kings already down there. And now Nuno, he's gonna try to make the run forward. Juno, what can you do here?
If I were him, I would just wait.
No way. Spots 1. Knock comes in. Flammy had no way of knowing that people were coming in that direction, and now the circle does pretty much guarantee a military side finish. So,
okay.
Oh, Junior with the pan even, just BMing.
Oh, I love Juno. Okay, yep, he's now my favorite player of the tournament with that pan kill.
Is that all it took, just finishing a guy with a pan, and then he's your favorite?
But it's the way he did it. Like, it was kind of like, it was already a surprise knock as it was, right? But just to show that extra level of disrespect.
Yeah.
I can't help but respect.
I'm sure if we had been on him, then he would have been emoting and stuff as well. Probably just embracing the full-on BM. Salters, he's trying to stay put here with his teammates. Last game, there were just 2 guys alive from the very early parts of the game. This time around, well, they're 4 and they have a pretty decent position to play from.
And now would you say PKD are firing shots off in towards... I don't know who that is. I can't quite see who. It's 4Kings.
4Kings, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Got out on the other side, got their way into safety as well. And, well, I mean, it seems like, at least for now, they're able to stay, to find somewhere to get some cover. But, of course, they have to still make the run off the beach.
It was great that they actually used the boat as cover and pro down behind. Obviously, one had been blown up, but that was actually overall a very good response from Four Kings not to kind of bow underneath that pressure. I know there's quite a distance between them, but either way, great job as Enviik are looking for PKD on top of that cliff.
Yeah, they're spotting them down there, and they're getting a lot of damage done, but no knocks coming in so far.
Yeah, we have seen huge potential getting one frag onto Iggy on the side of Four Kings, so that puts Four Kings down to 3 players. YMCA, Turbo Banani gets one frag onto Hawkey as well.
It's starting to escalate everywhere, and keep in mind that last game we had 62 players live, and pretty much everyone had made their way over towards the military island. This time around, not quite the case. Everyone is fighting for it.
It is, and what I'm kind of curious is we haven't seen much of Powerful in this game so far. Are they going to do something similar? Are they going to just kind of arrive in later than usual?
Well, to be fair,
the
we rarely ever see a whole lot from them early game. They like to rotate late and then go their full fight forward mode late. Shen, well, he lost 3 teammates trying to cross over. Now he's found himself a little bush to hide in, and I think he's gonna stay here until he's gonna be absolutely forced to leave.
We talked about Powerful. They spot out PKD. You said we rarely see them early game. This is 12 minutes in and they're getting shots off.
I think it's only fair that Yanis gets headshot with an SLR out of a vehicle, considering that one he had in the first game of today. It wasn't the same team that got the revenge,
karma,
but
right?
it's just the karma thing. Yeah, exactly. That he gets headshot out of a vehicle as well.
I think he'll actually kind of maybe feel a certain level of kind of satisfaction.
Yeah.
That, you know, it's kind of like, well, I did it to someone else. It's been done to me. Yeah,
That's probably not the way he reacted, but I agree with you. You should always.
No,
I mean, when someone just lands that really good shot on you, it's just one of those. You know what? Fair enough. You were better than me. There's not a whole lot more to it. Powerful, well, they're rotating up on the eastern bridge, coming into the circle as we speak. But they have 3D Max waiting for them. Fortunately for them, the circle is pushing towards their side of the things. But they still have 3D Max to deal with in this crossing.
Oh, Powerful driving on into that buggy, but Wago spots a Mel. That is going to be Marcelic fragged out. As the rest of the Powerful team will be aware of this, and now they're just camping on the bridge, waiting, hoping, going to use those vehicles for protection, but one by one they're going to try and drive their way through. Another knockdown onto Morpheus. Norcus is about to try and find himself potentially knocked down, but he does get himself into the blue zone.
Wacko is wasting all his bullets on a vehicle without a person in it. I kind of like it. Just spraying away at the US. You better not get away from here, car. I was saying
Rambo style, you know.
Yeah, I think the decision making on Powerful was a little questionable. I mean, sure, you send that first guy over, he gets taken down by a team that's sitting right next to you. That's fair. You tried with the scout, didn't work. But to then send Morpheus and Norky both in US as slow accelerating vehicles across afterwards, that's just suicidal. I mean, when you know for a fact there's a team waiting for you on the other side, do what we see Ghostar do right here. Jump off, try to see if you can make a play somehow.
Exactly. It would have been much wiser. Now, they could have even have turned around and they could have gone to the coast and gotten a boat over. They would have felt it affected the Blue Zone, but it definitely would have been a lot safer because they did the last game and it paid off. But Nocky does get the knockdown onto Norcus as Powerful are going to find themselves with one player essentially left, which is going to be Ghostar, but will he be able to get the revive onto Morpheus?
I don't think so. He's trying to crawl for the circle, but it's not going to happen. He's going to bleed out too quickly, and Ghostar is going to be left alone down the hill. Morpheus falls. And, well, despite a cool and awesome 15-kill win last game, seems like Powerful. Well, unless if Ghostar can pull off something absolutely inhumane, then I do not think that Powerful will reach the same result as they did last game.
No, I don't think they will, but Juno.
Whoa, one more! Juno, he wiped out the entirety of Enviik. Took that one with a pan earlier. This time around, a triple spray down. One player was enough for them to deal with.
Yeah, he just made Enviik his BITCH right there. Great job by himself as a somewhat of a one-man army, you could say, for now. So it's extra kills, right? It's extra points for MJ. It's really going to help with their confidence. So great job by them as Enviik has gone out in 16th place. But now we are on the side of Four Kings. looking to take down Last Crew.
Krishka's like, I don't want to go inside the house. Come on, guys. Cut me some slack here, but now he has to hold the angle. He spots one, but low HP didn't really matter. Dagger is able to get him down and out. Fortunately for him, the circle is, well, I mean, I was going to say close to them, but that's not the case at all. They're sitting up north, and they have to push back down towards the military island.
They do, and look, at least it's a bit more central than the last game, right? Where we saw that heavy south finish, at least, you know, but the negatives that it's kind of not within the city, right? But there is a lot of buildings, and it also does mean, will the next circle go up northwards, or will it go down southwards? But either way, Juno has been taken out by SEEKORG. He did the best job he could.
Oh yeah, he got himself 4 kills, and that's all you could really hope for teammates to do in a situation like this. And Stratus, well, he's still alive, and he's in the very center of the circle. He's gonna, well, I mean, he's gonna try his very best to stay alive for as long as possible, and potentially get some kills with it too. Now, Xiang, he's still proning in the middle of everything. He's gonna chill for a little while longer, but 3D Max, winners of today's games as well, trying to hold off against Inside Games now.
Yeah, they take down 3 members of Powerful earlier on, looking to follow it up onto Inside Games. Solar is now peeking up, just waiting, hoping.
Yeah, he hears all of them. He's going to spot up Pixel as well, down to half HP he goes, but does manage to get the knock in before any more damage comes his way.
I just love that quick reaction of you get the knockdown and you just lowball a nade in there. It's such a clever, clear way of securing a kill without putting yourself under positional pressure. But right now, PKD have spot out one member of 3D, that's Phantom, who goes out. PKD looking to join in on the fun.
Well, I mean, they're pushing on forward, and that leaves a lot of pressure on the remaining 2 players with 3D Max and saying, well, you should probably not have taken that fight, and even if you didn't want to, you should have looked behind you before you started shooting. Wacko goes down now, and I think Sola is looking to go through a similar fate.
This might be game over for 3D Max. He's kind of being surrounded, and he's not even in the circle, so he's going to have to move in towards Inside Games. However, 4 Kings are returning the favor on the Last Crew, trying to avenge the death of Grishka earlier on.
Yeah, Sola is in all kinds of trouble here, and I'm not seeing him stay alive for much longer. Not gonna happen. MJ gets him taken down, and well, I mean, they still managed to get themselves 4 points, so at least not a 0-point game, and that's what we keep saying, right? Even in these games that don't go your way, as long as you get some points with it, it's really not the end of the world.
No, it's not, because when we talk about the average points per game of kind of getting into the top 9, it's between 5 to 6. It might vary depending on how these teams perform and the consistency, but that is generally what you're looking for. And when you get a chicken dinner on top of that kind of average, it's just going to help secure your position overall. But what is this next circle going to do for us? Is it going to shift northwards, or is it going to stay in the military base?
Well, it hard shifted back down south once just before, and there's a chance it could do that once more. Ghost Star is moving his way in from the east. Well, at least for now, he has plenty of room to maneuver in, and you can see Futbolist, they've taken full control on the southern side of the military base too. But this next circle could determine a whole hell of a lot as far as who makes it through and who doesn't.
What do you think as far as Airwaves being all in that one military
They got
base
plenty of info from
building?
there. They get a lot of info from sitting where they are, so I don't actually mind that too much.
Okay. And plus they are as a 4-man team, so if one knockdown comes out, a revive is going to come out quite clearly. But we see it's still split up between the north and south. There's a road in between. A little bit of island, a little bit of military base is there. Yeah,
it's going to be pretty solid 50-50 split between the base and the forest and the northern side of it. And of course up north you have that huge downhill towards the base itself. That is really, really difficult to play around. And Ghost Star, well, he's going to try and play it safe. Reggie, though, he's going to try and make a push on forward. There's a little dip where he's headed right now. Stop! Exactly, right there. A little dip he can play from. Only thing is those dips tend to become nade magnets as well.
Barless is taking a little bit of damage, down to 39 health. We've seen PKD has taken down a fragged out 1 member of Last Crew in the distance of SEEKORG are just trying to make their way through. You have huge potential quite close to them, and Last Crew also quite close, but this is starting to heat up as the circle closes in. These teams, like we know, just getting closer and closer together.
Yeah, we'll see Azrael 3 kills on the team so far. Of course, they want to get themselves some more points in it, but they have plenty of players to deal with before that can happen. Does Few bullets come flying in from last crew on the western side, and they need to take them down right now. It's a solid 2v2. They got plenty of room, and Cynics doesn't look to want a third party on it so far.
No, and it's always tough for these teams because you want to make sure you're covering all positions while making your way into circle. And even if you're aware that there's a team near you, you just don't want to be too aggressive until you're absolutely certain, because the second last crew and PKD go over the lip of that hill, there could be someone else looking at their angle, looking to take them out.
Exactly true. eXtatus has gone down, and Caterham is trying to stay alive. So Dufnik is pushing on forward. They do not want to allow for people to push in towards the area, and I like the way they're playing it here. They don't have any kills so far, Airwaves, but they're trying to make sure that they have this little bit of a buffer zone to work with.
Well, we know they can get the kills because they have actually secured the highest kill points in between stage 1 and stage 2, where they got 17 kills in one game. So we know they can get the job done when they get given a chance, as SEEKORG do look to knock down 2 members of huge potential. Only one is left standing. What can he do as SEEKORG look to close in?
All of a sudden, it all comes down to Enid and what he can pull off on his lonesome. Still Philo and Furix left alive, and shots are soon to be fired up towards them from inside the city. Furix trying to secure some points. He's going to be able to get down 2 of them. Salter's finished off as well, and above the top comes Enid, but he's not going to be able to do more than get himself one more with it, though. So Furix gets to stay alive for a little while longer as SEEKORG try to claw their way to placement points.
One thing I'm not quite sure was he able to revive the other member of SEEKORG? I don't think so. So I think he is on his own for the rest of this game. As PKD, they need to try to get into circle. They have inside games near them. They have last crew. They also have YMCA waiting inside the circle, knowing that there is most likely a couple of teams around them, hearing those footsteps as Furax, as I said, the one final member, looking for AKA kills.
Solo player trying to secure some more points for the team, but the more bullets he's firing, twice the amount will come falling back his direction. Ghost Star, well, he managed to sneak his way into the circle, proning down by the silos down there. He's still inside the new one. I think it's just pinned down there in between the broken wall and the silos themselves. Little spot to lay low for now.
Yeah, and the potentially unfortunate thing for him is that shift in the next phase is going to be northwards, where he's going to have to try and cross the road on his own, and we know how hard that can be. So he's going to be praying to the PUBG gods that it goes his way. But now last crew walking down the hill, trying to get into the circle, feeling pressure, using those smoke grenades to try and stay in cover as well as the trees around them.
Yeah, AK Skills is running down alongside Dickory. They're trying to get into a better spot. That's just where it really becomes difficult once they make their way out here in the open. Dickory, and always make that AK Skills does get down Amorous, but there's still plenty more players to be dealt with.
Yeah, it did help that Airwaves did take down SEEKORG, so SEEKORG did end up getting eliminated. That did give the last crew a bit of a chance and a bit more of an area to kind of move around, and we did see that return knockdown by them as well. As inside games, they get 2 frags onto PKD, and PKD are eliminated in 11th place. 10 teams, 22 players alive.
Yeah,
wait,
Dickory does
teams.
lose down AK Skills. Coyote does get taken out as well, so YMCA finish off once again without outside of placement points. Not the day they would have wanted, coming off of a really solid day yesterday.
Now they still do hold on to second place overall, but like you say, you can't help but feel that every single game that they get a bad performance is taking them closer and closer to dropping out of the bottom 9 if they get more bad performances tomorrow.
See now, Dickory trying to once again stay put all by himself in the midst of that. MilkyWay and Inside Games are squaring off against one another. Stratus is proning in the trees. Everyone is snakingly making their way on forward. Shunt trying to stay alive for that. Blue is going to take him out. Futh is like, wait, where did he come from? Fortunately, that's not a whole lot more to it than that. He's going to get finished on off. And now Sam Peak is going to be the one to try and prone his way into it.
If I am mistaken, because we didn't quite get an overview of what that next phase was, I think it did shift up northwards, if I'm not mistaken.
I couldn't tell you.
And correct me if I'm wrong. So we'll hopefully try and get an overview of that later on. But either way, Inside Games are eliminated. MilkyWay getting 2 frags for themselves as eXtatus are also eliminated.
7 kills for them already, and it's a great spread across all the players on the team too. Mans is trying to hold the back safe while they're making their way further up the hill, and Stratus in the meantime is just proning it out, doing absolutely nothing. And as you said, correctly stated there, Imperium, the circle did indeed shift north.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because as I saw, Futbolists were trying to make their way up northwards as Hawk gets knocked down by Huth from Futbolists. That's going to put Airwaves under a little bit more pressure, but they're going to clash together with also even that one final member of MJ. Even though he's staying prone down, he could still play an effective part.
Yeah, I mean, Futbolists, they're getting a lot of needed points. He's by himself. Youth does get that one. Macken, though, almost taken down. Did manage to secure the kill. Not going to be any changes to it, though. Macken does get finished off by Gensel. He was there to get the retaliation. Youth goes down, but Gensel lives to see another circle.
Airwaves are taken down. This is where I thought MJ might be able to get an effective moment in this game, but no, Genzo responds, and that's going to be another frag going over in their favor. As you said, Futbolists, a much needed good performance is potentially going to come out for them, but MilkyWay are looking to spoil their fun.
I mean, like the plays being made from 2 teams that have not really had the best day today, either of them. To be quite honest, MilkyWay currently sitting in 6th place overall, and then you have Futbolists down the list as well, trying to see if they can get their way back on up into it.
And also, one thing is that powerful Ghoststar did manage to make his way in through, because he stayed towards the east side of the circle, and Futbolists actually moved westwards. So that actually gave him an opening to cross that road unaffected, unannounced, and put his team up into the top 4. Will he be able to add a couple of kill points onto it? I have no doubt that if he finds an opportunity, he will look to do that.
Keep in mind as well that that Ghoststar is still alive, as you said.
Yeah, that's who I was talking.
Oh, sorry,
I
I was blundering for a second there.
Cool.
It's rather impressive considering how he lost his teammates way early. That he's just rattlesnaked his way to it.
Yeah, as I said, he was going to find himself under pressure if he's having to cross the road, but now this is MilkyWay's Futbolists and toe to toe with each other, and Futbolists are eliminated in 4th place. And MilkyWay up to 10 kills already.
Very, very impressive feat from MilkyWay this game. And as I said before, a lot of points being accumulated, whether they get to win this game or not. The most important thing for this last fights right here, still 4 guys alive. Very impressive.
4v1v1. Can Ghoststar take down Digger? Nope. That's going to be last crew eliminate. Look at him.
Ghoststar got 2nd place this game. That's pretty impressive. Spots out 1. Able to get the knock. He wants to get the flash as well. Secure those points. Ghoststar, nope. He won't have time to do it. That's going to be players all around him. Got 1 more knock. But it's not going to matter. 12 kills and a win for MilkyWay. What a hell of a great finish off for them.
I thought Ghoststar was going to secure the frag to
that's what I thought too.
Kill point, but either way, this is the moment that 3 members of Simply Simple got taken out by MilkyWay. That kicked off the game for MilkyWay to help secure this chicken dinner for them, and then MJ-Esports, we saw them drop 1 by 1 in separate parts of the map.
So I mean, this was the very start of it, right? Where things started going downhill for Powerful, and we both said, well, there's no way they're gonna win it. Well, they might not have won the game, but Ghoststar sure made sure. Well, he made sure they got themselves at least some points. Or that anyway, Norkies got finished off there. Boop, last tap in the toe before he got around the corner. And then this one from Juno. Very impressive. Immediate double knock coming in, and then Rip gone down in the end of things as well. Very impressive game from the, from Juno in all aspects of things. He got 4 points secured there.
Of course, personally, he'll feel very confident with that result. And I kind of feel bad for Enviik at the moment, because you know, you just don't expect it. Nothing can really prepare you for that overall, right? But either way, this is Airwaves Sadovnik trying to take down member by member of Futbolists, but Futbolists did manage to survive, as that was the moment huge potential got taken out.
It's so interesting when we have these military games, how despite the games, I mean, I guess it kind of goes to everywhere in PUBG. It's just because the island is kind of isolated on its own.
True.
It's just we can have games that are somewhat similar in where you go on the map. It's just they're so damn different every single time. You never get two games where, I mean, sure, you can have the circles go the exact same places, but you never have those games where it's like, oh my god, this was a 100% repeat of what happened last game. Teams, they are players, they will step up one game, fail to do so in other ones, and it's just, it's great to see.
And because, as we do see the standings from 1st to 8th, because MilkyWay got the guts of those kills, Powerful still with 6 points and 2 frags, got 8 points in total for themselves, but this is their head-to-head. There's no real comparison. No real comparison.
That's a snake comparison versus a fragging comparison. I like the list stuff. I like the list stuff. Just that's the amount of damage that a snake can do. And trying to secure 2nd place, and well, we gotta give it to Ghostar. He indeed managed to secure himself that spot. So great feat overall. And guys, that's gonna be it for the 2nd to last game. We have some more, one more game coming your way today, but before that, we'll take a short break. So stick around, and we will be back in just a few moments.